As long as I can remember. I first got my record deal in 2004, right before Used to Love You and Ordinary People came out. My first album, Get Lifted. You got that one? Yeah. But you know, even before that, it took me about 5 or 6 years to get a record deal. So I was trying to get one when I was still in college at University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. And when I graduated, I moved to Boston for a year, then I moved to New York. And once I got to New York, I met Kanye, I met some managers and lawyers and different people in the business to help me launch my career. And then I finally got signed in 2004 and put my first album out at December 2004.
Awesome. That was an awesome album too.
As you guys know, we got a new single with Rick Ross called Who Do We Think We Are?
Yeah.
And you know, I'm excited about the album. I think y'all gonna love it. It's gonna be a good record for Chicago, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why Chicago?
Okay.
I don't know, y'all just like that good soul music in Chicago.
You're right. You're exactly right.
You gonna hit a note for us?
I don't know about that. I'm gonna eat some lunch. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
weren't singing, what would you do? What do you think?
Man, I don't want to contemplate life without me singing.
No, but I'm just saying, like.
You know, I went to college. I graduated with a degree in English, and then when I got out of school, I worked worked in business consulting for 3 years, and you know, I could still do that kind of thing, but this is so much better. Why would I want to do anything else?
Yeah, so let
Exactly.
me ask you a question. What's your take on education?
Education, you know, well, I do a lot of work on education and making sure all of our kids have access to quality schools, and I think every kid deserves that, and I fight for that for them.
That's awesome.
And so anybody who's in that fight, I'm with you.
All right, I got to fight for you.
Yes.
What do you like about your new album that's different from the others? What are you offering this time around?
Well, I think I continue to grow as an artist, as a songwriter, and also just musically. I think we continue to make progress and evolve and learn, and I still am the same person I always was, but we still grow and evolve, and I think the music is continuing to grow.
Awesome. Thank you.
But I think it has some of the best elements of what we did before, and it's still something new as well.
You see yourself as a crossover artist?
I don't explicitly try to cross over. I just try to make dope music and then let the music go where it goes. But my thing is, I'm a versatile artist in the sense that, you know, I grew up on gospel music and soul music, but I've been exposed to all kinds of music in my life, and so I don't put barriers, you know, around my art and say I can't do this kind of music, I can't do that. And so, in that sense, I'm not afraid to cross over, but I'm also not trying to sound like everybody else. I'm not trying to, you know, chase every trend that every artist is doing. I'm trying to make great music and focus on that.
Talk about your HBO special.
So I don't have an HBO special yet, but I have a couple series in development at HBO, and you know, it's early in the process, so it's weird to talk about it when it's that early because a lot of shows that are in development never make it to the air. But we have one that's on the music business, and then we have another one that's called How to Be Black. It's based on a book written by this guy named Baratunde Thurston. So both of those are in development right now, but usually the development process at HBO lasts about 2 years before you even know if you're going to get a show that's going to go on the air or not. So we're in that very early stage, so we'll see what happens.
Is it reality TV or?
Oh no, these are scripted shows with writers. So we have writers in LA that work on the shows, and I'm just a producer, so I kind of connect the writers with the network, and we try to put out programming that we think is going to be provocative and interesting, and then we go from there.
Producer?
Yeah, I'm a producer. Yeah, that's right.
You got a role for me?
What's that?
You got a role for me?
Hey, y'all, you trying to get hired? You trying to get a job? You got moved to LA. All right.
I got one question for you.
Yeah.
Name is Gate. I'm an OG, but I love what you do.
Yes, sir.
I saw some of the work that you did with GLC.
Yes.
They're from Chicago.
Yeah. Kanye, GLC, all these guys. You know, I'm part of Good Music, so you know, I travel with those guys, tour with those guys quite a lot.
Right. You know, there's been a lot of violence around this country, in
Yeah.
Chicago in particular. There's a push towards a lot of the artists, I'm not just saying hip hop artists, artist period.
Yeah.
To lend yourself by virtue of your following, to let them know the importance of education and loving one another. The reason I'm saying that, when we see what Lil Wayne did with the piece about Emmett Till, everyone was upset, including myself. But then I looked at a brighter side of it. He had a 5 million followers. 4 million didn't even know who Emmett Till was. They ended up finding out who he was because of the mistakes that he made.
Yeah. Well, you know, all of us as artists, you know, when we putting out lyrics and we putting out music to the world, you know, they're listening, they're paying attention to what we say. So we have some power, and we can use that power for good, and we can use it for not good. And I try to use mine for good. That doesn't mean every artist is going to be an angel. We don't need all our artists to be angels, because part of what we like about them is that they, you know, a little bit gangster, a little bit dangerous, a little bit rebellious. We don't want everybody to be an angel. Music wouldn't be that interesting. But I still think everybody should know that when they put music out, that it's out there in the world. So whatever you put out in the world, you know, it's going to have some impact. And so you should choose wisely, you know.
That's what you do with Rick Ross when we are.
Yeah. 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 Any more questions? Yes.
What should we look forward to in this new album? Is it anything different?
Well, like I said before, there's definitely some very familiar things, and I think part of our job as artists is to balance, you know, giving people what we originally came with and that original essence that we came with, but also continuing to refresh and do something fresh. So I think it's a good balance on this album of that. And I worked with a lot of the same producers that I've worked with over the years, like Kanye and a few other people that worked with me from very early on. And so we definitely have some of that essence that we had early on. But we also work with some new young producers that help bring the sound forward. So I think it's a good combination of old and new.
Are you working on Kanye's album too?
A little bit. I was just in Paris with them doing a little bit.
One last question.
Mm-hmm.
Young and old, who are your musical idols? Who do you love?
Well, I love Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Curtis Mayfield, Aretha Franklin, Nina Simone, Nat King Cole. One of my big inspirations when I was in college, Miss Education of Lauryn Hill came out around that time, and that was very influential to me. And that whole sound that was big in that moment was influential to me. And it was at a formative time in my creative life when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. So that was influential to me as well. But I definitely love the old school stuff, you know.
All right.
That's it, all right.
Yes, sir.
What inspired you to be creative on the writing side?
You know, I just write about life, you know. I write about relationships a lot, and you guys know that. And a lot of people, when they reach out to me, they tell me they feel like the songs I wrote, they could have been written about them. And they feel what I'm saying because it feels personal. And that's what I try to do, is write songs that people can really connect with. Even if it's a personal story to me, I want to write about things that are universal, that everybody can feel. And we all go through a lot of the same things, no matter who we are, rich or poor, black or white, no matter who we are. A lot of the emotions we all go through are very similar. Mm-hmm. And so I write about those things. Yes?
I think you kind of just hit on it though, but your new single, Who Do We Think We Are?
Yeah.
This is a two-parter actually.
Yeah.
I personally love it, so 106 loves it.
Awesome.
And,
Thank you.
Because that particular single is a stepper.
Yeah.
Not a stepping, you know, we all know.
Somebody just told me that, and I'm glad it works.
And it really, really works. But what was your inspiration behind that?
Well, you know, the beat came from a guy named Bink. He's a hip hop producer. He's been doing it for quite a long time. He's from Virginia, and he gave a bunch of beats to Kanye, and Kanye played that one for me, and I thought it was perfect for me, and I started writing to it with Kanye and another writer named Jordan Banks. And we were just sitting in a room, and I just started singing, I'm not afraid to fly.
All right.
And then, you know, I just came to that idea of who do we think we are? Like, just not being afraid to go out and live life to the fullest and enjoy life and just be you to the fullest. And so that's what the song is really about. And we invited Rick Ross to be on it because I felt like the subject matter and the music really fit his style. And we had done a lot of tracks together in the past, but he had never actually been on one of my albums. I'd always been on his. And so I reached out to him and asked him to be a part of the track. And I feel like it's magical whenever we come together, so it really works.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
All right, y'all, thank you very much. I think we got it. I really appreciate y'all being here today. I know y'all all were winners.
You want to sing a little something else?
Baby, tonight's the night I let you know. Tonight's the night we lose control. Baby, tonight you need that. Tonight, believe that. Tonight, I'll be the best you ever had. I don't want to brag, but I'll be the best you ever had. I don't want to brag, but I'll be the best you ever had.
That's old school right there.
Yes.
All right now.
See my jewels dripping on my Timberlands, stepping like a criminal. Success is so imminent. Pink champagne, black rose.
All right.
That's stepping right there.
From Tom Ford. Left haters in the floor. Look at that.
Okay. That's what I do. It's time for five.
No.
All right.
Send me in the truck, another 40 on. Got me living like I'm
Told you that you probably stuck regular.
Yes, it is.
See trips the real, only the highest grade like trees that I
Got it? If you hear?
No. You know, you had no beat.
I gotta learn in private before.
Okay.